Alright, Shalom Aleichem. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect, that teach His word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to title this lesson, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's a quote from Daniel, the 12th chapter, which, matter of fact, let's just get it. Because we coming into a time like no other, man. A time period that cannot be rivaled with any other time period in history, man. You know? And this is a time where pretty much it's not going to be nothing corner you can do to escape the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know, it's going to have to take divine intervention to be delivered from these said perils to come upon the planet Earth. You know? So this is Daniel 12:1. It said, and at that time shall Michael stand up. See? So it's going to be a point of time where even the Archangel Michael will be involved. You know? It says, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. See? So it's going to be a time of trouble as since there was never a nation, man. So this time right here is gonna outdo the previous works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. This is gonna outdo what the Lord did in Egypt, what the Lord did in Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, even in the time of Noah, the flood. Because ultimately this period of time that we're in, ultimately gonna lead to that perfect day, which entails the second death, man. You know, so knowing all these things about to take place, you know, and just nothing corner you can do. What can we do but to hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? Hope to be a part of that number, though, those particular spirits that were destined to survive those things, to be preserved from those things. It says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered. See, thy people. And that's not talking about all of Israel. That's talking about the Israel of the Most High. You know, those are the ones who are going to be delivered. It says, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See, written in Yahweh Shai, man. But as you can see, you know, throughout the scripture, it constantly talks about, destruction and, all hell breaking loose. But within that is spirits that are destined, to be delivered. The Israel of the Most High, everyone that's found in the book. So matter of fact, let's get this in the book of Galatians. Galatians 6 and 16. It said, and as many as walk according to this rule, see? So it's a certain path that you're going to take that actually leads to life. That's going to, preserve you from these things. Oh, it tells you that small path with the fire on the right hand and water on the left. So you got to walk this thin line. It said, peace be on them and mercy. See, those are the ones going to receive that peace and mercy. It said, and upon the Israel of the Most High. See, so that lets you know when it said that he, of thy people, the ones that's written in the book, that's talking about the Israel of the Most High, which is Jerusalem. That's talking about the elect, man. Those are the ones that's going to be delivered and be preserved from these said perils. Let's get that. Because the Lord already promised destruction, but he also promised deliverance, salvation, man. So, matter of fact, let's get it. This is 2 Ezra 9 and 7. It says, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape. See? So it's already set up. This is pretty much you jumping toward the end of the movie. This is everyone is going to be saved, and it's and able to escape. So that lets you know when you see that word escape, it lets you know danger is in the midst. It said by his works, by the way of the prophets teaching, it said and by faith whereby ye have believed. See, meaning with the listeners as well, man. Because by the way of this word, this is actually the bridge to our salvation. Let's get that. Is it 2 Timothy? It might be 1 Timothy 4. 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16. It said, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. See, and that's going That's going back to Galatians 6 chapter. Walking according to this rule, you know, your way is your way of life is based off a certain doctrine that you have intake, you know. But it says, take heed unto this and continue in it. It says, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So as you can see, you know, the one that's going to be saved, you know, and be delivered, is going to and escape the dangers, is the one that's going to abide in this doctrine, the one that teach it and the one that hear it, you know, and receive it, man. And it lets you know how precious this word is and how it comes with a sense of urgency, man. Because life and death is on the line, you know. And we come at a time where death is about to reach its climax. It tells you the people are going to be taken in a great number, man. No matter if you got a sword or you got beans lined up, you got a bunker, that's not going to save you in the times to come, man. It's going to be by the way of this word, you know, that's going to keep you and preserve you in these things. Let's get this. Go back to 2 Ezra 9 and verse 7 again. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils. See? So we being preserved from the said. And who said it? The prophets, man. It was Yahweh Shai through the prophets. You know, so it's saying being preserved from the said perils. And this is the time where these perils is going to fully manifest. What's going to reach its climax. You know, because you got a nigga say, well, there always been wars. There always been a famine. There always been this and that. You know, well, we're going to see these things at its climax, at its very height. The highest degree of the famine, the highest degree of the sword, the highest degree of the pestilence, and many other scourges the Lord is about to bring upon this place. We're going to be preserved from those things. It said, and shall see my salvation in my land, see, and within my borders, where I have sanctified them for me from the beginning, see. So that lets you know that it's going to be, this particular spirit on the planet Earth right now is going to be preserved and see Yahweh Shai. And this is the lifetime where these things are going to take place. So matter of fact, let's get that. Cause all hell you gotta actually get to that. You gotta actually get to that day. We in that day. We in that season. We in that time period. But you gotta even be preserved to get to that day, while Lord Yahweh Shai gonna crack the skies, man. You know. So let's get this. This is Saint Matthew 16, and verse. Matter of fact, let's see. I get to the point, verse 28. It said, verily I say unto you, see, meaning truly, real talk, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. See, so as you can see in that hearing, in that council, when the Lord was speaking, it was certain spirits that was in that hearing, you know, that actually is not going to taste death in this time, because we already know over 2,000 years ago they all died. It's not nobody here that's over 2,000 years old. You know, the point is that in this lifetime, in a regeneration, you know, when our Lord returns, they're going to be preserved to get to that day, to see that day, man. You know, to see, you know, the salvation, to be preserved from these cell perils and to be delivered, man. That's the he that's going to be saved which is the elect, man. You know, those are the ones that's going to be preserved and, you know, be a part of that deliverance. The Lord said he's going to do, he's going to, you know, deliver. Who he going to, you know, somebody got to play that role, man. Somebody actually got to, you know, play that role. And that's the elect. Those are the ones that's going to be preserved. Like I said, and it started by the way of this word. Let's get this. Proverbs 2:10. It said, when wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, and you got to be built, you know, a certain way to receive this knowledge and wisdom, and it's pleasant unto you, man. You know, when this word is presented, because this is not your conventional wisdom. This is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shai. You know, which the things that's concerning the scriptures, the teachings of Yahweh Shai. You know, it said, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee, see, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, and from the man that speaketh forward things. Yeah, because Esau's gonna be one of the a big part of Jacob's trouble. He got a big role in Jacob's trouble, man. But by the way, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this is what's gonna preserve us, and keep us. Because when all hell breaks loose, the first thing what's gonna fall apart with a lot of people is their minds, man. Just seeing these things come upon the planet Earth tells you man's heart failing in fear for the things that's coming on the earth. They're gonna fall apart when these things take place, man. But it's by the way of this word that's gonna keep us. And that's when that standard is gonna be lifted when this man come down, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because the standard is not gonna be lifted for all of Israel, only for the elect, man. Now you're gonna have some that's gonna be martyrs. They're gonna have to, die, be put to death for prophecy's sake. But even within that, the Lord gonna have the spirit of Stephen on you, man. When these things take place, man. But the point is, the elect is the ones that's gonna receive that peace. Because with Stephen, matter of fact, let's get that. At the end of that, he actually was at peace when these things took place. Let's get that at 7. Let's get that. This is at 7, and alright, yeah, this is at 7, and I start at 54. It said, when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart. And that lets you know when this word brings forth, you automatically going to get cut. Now, your reaction going to determine what type of person you is. It says, and they gnashed on him with their teeth. So as you can see, their reaction was they was part of the wicked, man. Because I said you get cut, but it depends on what's your reaction, determine what type of person you is. And when it was cut to the heart, they gnashed upon him with his teeth. It says, but he, being full of the Holy Spirit, looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of the Most High, and Yahweh standing on the right hand, and said, behold, I see the heavens open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of the Most High. Then they cried out with a loud voice, and stopped their ears, and ran upon him with one accord, and cast him out of the city, and stoned him. And the witnesses laid down their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul, and which that's Paul. It says, and they stoned Stephen, calling upon the Most High, and saying, Lord Yahweh, receive my spirit. See? It says, and he kneeled down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he said this, he fell asleep. See? And so that lets you know it was also in the midst of that, it was the elect within that too, man. Because why would he say, lay not this sin to their charge? Because it was a point, they was ignorant of the fact. But the point is, he was at peace, man. He seen, he said he looked up while they were, stoning. He looked up, he said, I see Yahweh man, on the right hand of the Most High, man. So how much more in this time when you faced with death, you seeing things, that's part of that standard. You might have to be faced with death, but the Lord's going to show you some comforting, So, all right, let's get this in the book of Isaiah 59. Isaiah 59 and verse 19, and it reads, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. See? Because like I just said earlier, Esau is going to play a big part in Jacob's trouble, man. This man is about to come down with great wrath, and it's going to be overwhelming. See, it's not like Esau's going to have just he's about to go full blown with this. This man have upgraded his military. This man got upgraded night vision goggles. He got these different MRAPs, these drones, these mechanical dogs that can open locked doors, and plenty other things which you deem as sci-fi. He got that. And it's gonna be overwhelming. It's gonna be like, there's no way out of this. Like in the time of Egypt, it looked like a dead end. But this is how the Lord, it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. See? So the Lord's going to lift up the standard. And that's when those miracles, those miraculous things is about to take place, man. And we got to get prepared for that. We already, you got to get your mind ready spiritually for all hell breaking loose, to go without eating, drinking for a few days, to be homeless. We have to prepare for those things, but also we got to prepare for full materializing. For truths to run past you while you invisible unto them, man. And that's recorded plenty of times in the scriptures. Well, like in the time of Elisha, where the Lord smote that army with blindness. Yahweh Shai, tell he hid himself and went through the midst of them. So we also got to get prepared for those miracles as well, man. Because these things are going to take place. But this is only for the heathen. The one that's written in the book, the Israel of the Most High, the elect, man. And this was about to take place, man. A standard. All hell about to break loose, but the scripture says he promised destruction, but he also promised deliverance, man. So matter of fact, let's end off on this. I think that's Psalm 18. Let's see. It might be that's not Psalms 18. It's I think something else. This is Sirach 51. Sirach 51 pretty much say the same thing, but they go into it. Sirach 51 and 7. It says, they compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help me. See? Because when all hell breaks, when this devil come down with great wrath, and there's gonna be plenty of other things that you just can't focus on one. It's gonna be so much shit going on. You can't just focus on one thing. But it's just saying, just going back with this devil, when he come down with great wrath, you're gonna see the wrath of the devil, man, through his military. And it said there was no man to help me, meaning what? There's nothing carnal you can do to get out the situation. See, you ain't gonna be able to ramble your way out of when Esau come down, man. You ain't gonna be able to, ride it out by sending your bunker and eating all the beans and rice that you got. Meaning what? The carnality is gonna be taken away. That carnal staff is gonna be taken. You're gonna have to trust the spirit. Trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It says, I look for the succor of men, see, the aid of men, but there was none. So what's the aid of man? A gun, rice, even a damn bunker, electricity, water, bread. Those are different aids of men. But it said there was none. It said, then thought I upon thy mercy. And that's what we got to do. We got to think upon the precepts, upon the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The things that the Lord have, this part of his, these are the intents of his heart. Because we actually gonna go through this situation where you in a bad position, and you got to think about a precept. When the famine hit, you got to think about my servant shall eat. They're going to be satisfied in the famine. That standard's going to be lifted. We got to think upon that. It said, then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord, and upon thy acts of old. Why? Because those scenarios was really prophecy. Because they actually want to play out again. That's why I said that we're written 4 times, ran for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Those were just an example. See, the Lord put Job through it just so we can read about it and be comforted and know how to go by it. Lord put Daniel in the lion's den, so we can read about it and know how to go by it, man. Know what to do in that situation. In plenty other situations the men of the Lord went through and got out of that. Peter, locked up in the prisons, man. Went through those different wards, You know what I mean? And in the end, the door opened at the end by itself, man. You know? But who was that really meant for to meditate on? The Israel of the Most High, the elect. Because those are the ones that's going to be delivered. Those, you read about it because you won't have to go through it. You know? And you understand it. You ain't just you read about it. You read about it and you understand it. You know, and you know what's going on. Those are the ones that's going to receive that mercy, man. It said, then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord, and upon thy acts of old, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee, and savest them out of the hand of thine enemies. See? It said, then I lifted up my supplications from the earth, and prayed for deliverance from death. See? And guess what? Yahweh Shema Shah is going to deliver us from these things. He said, I called upon the Lord, the Father of my Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, that he would not leave me in the days of my trouble and in the time of the proud when there was no help. See, that lets you know is ultimately talking about this time right here, the time of the proud, the time of the Edomite, the so-called white man. You know? The Lord's going to deliver us when there's no other because the time of trouble is when you you know, your life is at stake, man. Cause you ain't in the time of trouble because you late on a bill, you know, some bullshit. You know, the time of trouble is when we coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, when the luxuries, the very just the basic necessities of life is about to be taken away, man. And it's gonna be under time. It's gonna be under the banner in the time of the proud, under the watch of the so-called white man, the Edomites. It says, "I will praise thy name continually, and will sing praises with thanksgiving, and so my prayer was heard." See, but the Lord, He only hears the prayers of the elect, man. You know, it said, "For thou savest me from destruction, and deliverest me from the evil time." See, therefore will I give thanks and praise thee and bless thy name, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See, and you ain't gonna have no choice but to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You gonna acknowledge there was a higher power in that day, man, when these miraculous things take place, man. See, the Lord is not, shy of showing His power. You know, and when that time comes, when the evil time, when this man come down with great, the Lord's about to open up, man. The Lord's we about to see things, that just just mere human can't comprehend, man. It says that the Lord has showed us this marvelous light, which is that you going to it means beyond human comprehension. So we got to get prepared for to be delivered out of certain situations, in a miraculous fashion. Like I said, by the way of disappearing of you hungry and somehow food materialize. Raven bring you something, a man come up and say, look, you need to turn this way, you know what I mean? Oh, even if you, like I said, even when you faced with death, the Lord, will comfort you in that time, man. But who is that for? The elect. Those are the ones going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble, man. So yeah, I just hold it with edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. I like to give the honors to the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone. Lady C. Shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA, Abide Ball. Soon.